So I watched the live action How to Train Your Dragon. The movie everyone, myself included, was worried about. Why? Because it looked like a near for shot remake of the original. Right down to having the same director. If he isn't adding anything new, why remake it at all? Most of us assumes the answer was simple. This version was for newcomers, a gateway into an amazing world we already know. Turns out I was wrong. Even as a longtime fan, I was also surprised in having a new favorite movie from the How to Train Dragon trilogy, returning the first. I said I love it more than the first. To explain how that happened, let's jump back to June 13, opening day. I headed to the cinema, determined to recreate the theatrical experience I missed. At the door, they handed out free cardboard Viking helmets, cheap, fancy, but charming. I paid extra for 3D screening, so hype was high. And so was skepticism. My brain was ready to nitpick every frame. As the light dimmed, a noise shifted to confusion. The opening scene had a few tricks, nothing major, just enough to throw me off guard. Suddenly, I couldn't decide what I wanted more, a Disney-style remake or a faithful remake. The acting fell a notch below the original, which didn't help my mood. Then it happened. After I witnessed a single scene and two small in the intro, a single interaction between two side slash main, depending on how you perceive them, excited me. In the original, they were presented by highly spotlighted. Here, direction adds to the overall story, something that the animated version never explored. Only on the series, the character interacted. Skip to this time if you don't want to hear. Is Nalo talking to his father? Want to have a father-son dynamic, but he gets ignored. And that gets fixed in the end. That tiny change flipped a switch in my brain, and having that extra dialogue in the intro, skip to the timestamp, where female character that we later found out is someone that is close to Astrid, and just want to best for her. In the intro, she was the first to spot Hiccup outside in the danger, and also I almost forgot Hiccup being compared to Astrid as the perfect child that stoic wants. Which gets wholesome storyline where Astrid disappoints him and make good at the end. From that point on, I was no longer grading the film against a perfect memory. I was watching to see how it would affect the story. By the time the credits rolled, I realized the film hadn't just welcomed newcomers. It had made a movie for both where the original director can improve upon some issues from the animated with his added experience. That added character information really helped me relate more to them and actually feel for what they were going through. Especially if you haven't seen the series, but even with that, it doesn't take away from some of the problems the film still has. Like how a few iconic scenes were removed, especially skip ahead, the one where Hiccup realized how to defeat the Queen Dragon, which also takes away a key to this moment. There's also an Astrid confrontation that was cut, though it was kinda relocated to another scene, so it's not a huge deal. And yeah, the acting does feel a bit lazy at times. The actors don't move as much or feel as naturally placed in the world compared to the animated version. But honestly, those are minor issues that don't really take you out of the experience, except maybe that missing scene. So yeah, by the time the credits roll, I realized something. I never expected this live action remake. It actually became my favorite version of How to Train a Dragon. Yeah, I'm serious. It dethroned the original for me. Why? Because those small changes, those new characters moments, and other bits of dialogue actually gave me something more. They helped me connect with characters in a way I never fully did before, especially if you never watched the series. It feel in emotional gaps made me certain moments hit harder, and gave the story a fresh sense of depth that the animated version never quite reached on its own. Yes, I still have my nitpicks. The missing to scene that explains how Hiccup defeated Dragon, the weaker body acting, the less immersive world, but even without that, this movie spoke to me in a way the original didn't. It took everything great about the first film and polished it with the direct experience of in something that familiar but different. And because of that, I 100% recommend this film, not just for newcomers, but even more so for longtime fans. If you love this world, and honestly believe this version does the story better, it gave me a reason to love How to Train a Dragon all over again and even more. Let me know if it isn't for you. Thanks for watching.
This is Burke.
Also, rewatching the How to Train a Dragon story made me realize that it's similar to Kung Fu Panda, and it has something major that doesn't really make sense, that contributes really big to the overall story. More of that in the original anime review, coming soon on this channel.